Good evening, beloved, or whatever time of day you're watching this video. It is 9:06 p.m. for me, so it's the evening time. If it's in the morning for you, good morning. If it's in the afternoon, good afternoon. And it is Wednesday, February the 12th. And we are here for another diary entry. I was sitting here doing work and I was watching a YouTube video as I was working. All of a sudden, I cut the video off and I all I heard was record, record. If I'm honest, this diary entry, and as you can see by the title, this is checking in, something about checking in 2025, my check-in for 2025. Um, I should have done this video, I don't know, a couple of days ago, but I did not because I was waiting for a change. Cutting to the chase, I've been struggling this 2025. Like since 2025 started, I have been mentally struggling. And it sounds odd for me to admit to that because I teach about emotional intelligence. I teach about inner peace. I teach about how to discern your emotions. But I'm the one mentally struggling right now. And that's why I haven't recorded this video thus far, is because I did not want to admit to it. But God was telling me, you need to record it because it could help somebody who is also afraid to admit to it, or also doesn't realize that they are too mentally struggling. And so far, 2025 has been hard for a lot of people. So it's not surprising that I am struggling, right? Because I'm no better than anyone else. But what is surprising is the fact that I am mentally struggling and don't understand why. And that's what I wanted to talk about or that's what I am being told to talk about in this video. Is not so much that, you know, I'm having an issue, because there are lots of people having an issue. But for me, the point is, I'm not even really sure why I'm having the issue at this point. And my intention was to do this 2025 check-in after I had figured it out, right? And I had been diligently trying to figure out what was going on. Like every day, all day, I am focused on it. I'm praying about it. I am studying. I am trying to figure out what is going on with me. I am the type of person that every night, a lot of times and during the day, I can't do a check-in with myself during the day because my days are so busy. Um, I'm not tending to my own needs. I am tending to my clients' needs or my dog's needs, right? So my attention and my focus is on other people, other things. So I don't have time to check in with myself. But every night before I go to sleep, during my quiet time, or well, it's always during my quiet time, when I reflect and look back on the day's events, how I'm feeling, just checking in with myself to see what's going on, to see how am I doing, so I know what to talk to God about. I know what to pray about. I know what to discuss with him about. I know what to write about, right? That's the reason why I do those things. And I've been doing all of that, and I still do not have an answer. I still have no idea. In fact, this morning when I did my quiet time, I kind of thought, well, let me just jot down all of the events that has happened to me personally thus far in 2025. Like, let me just go down a list and uh just reflect on everything that's happened so far. And it's only February, right? Like I said, this is February 12th. So not much can have, well, a lot has actually happened because I have a pretty deep paragraph. So a lot has happened. Um, and I was thinking this may help me, kind of pinpoint where my issue is coming in. And so I want to kind of just read to you what I wrote in the what I wrote, and then what reflection I have received from that so far. So I start off with celebrate the positive. In January 2025, Father, you allowed me to stop smoking with no urge to go back, to overcome any doubt about the identity you have given me, to make steps in establishing our ministry, wisdom to set things aside when necessary, to resume Hairston Law efforts and not let it die, to be content in the position you have placed me in, to participate in a community, even though it's online, of like minded people, to clear up some debt, to feel a bit more closer to you, to have work to do so we can fund the ministry. That is pretty much in the nutshell of what has taken place in my life since January 1st of 2025. And as you can see, well, as you heard, those are good things, right? Like there's nothing wrong with any of those things. If any emotion I should have, it should be of happiness. It should be of celebration. It should be of gladness. It should be of blessed, right? It should be of just joy. But that's not how I'm feeling. And so after I wrote those words down, I kind of sat there and I was just waiting on, like, you've done these things, but why do I feel the way that I do? So I was waiting for that answer. The answer still hasn't came. I still have no idea why I am mentally struggling right now. And when I say I am mentally struggling, it's I'm distracted somehow. I don't know if it's the outside world that is distracting me, because there's a whole lot going on in the world right now, right? There has been a lot going on since January 1st. I don't know if that's distracted me. I've kind of limit how much of the outside world that I have consumed. I'm thinking that was something that was distracting me, right? So the only thing that I allow myself to be consumed with now is a couple of people from YouTube. I'll watch some of those videos if they come up. Um, some news. I have to keep abreast about what's going on in in the world legally, in order to protect my clients and to make sure my clients are abreast of what's going on if it has anything to do with them. So I allow myself to consume those things when necessary. um but anything else, I have been very shut off from it, because I don't know if that's the cause of my distraction or not. And I just shut those things off. I think it was the beginning of February, like February 1st or 2nd. Let's see. I made a note here. I don't know. I really thought it was in February, but maybe not. Maybe I did start shutting things off in January. It was January. It was January the 22nd, because I put on here consuming too much content that does not align with my spirit, question mark. And so I started shutting things out of my, out of my hearing, out of my visual on that day. And like I said, the only thing I'm consuming now is a couple of YouTube channels. I'm not going to tell you what those channels are, but a couple of channels. And then I do watch some news, like I said. And I do allow myself a little bit, just a little bit of American Greed and Dateline, because those are my jams. I am a true crime lover. All day, all day, all day, all day. Those are my favorite TV shows. But I've cut off court TV. right? I normally watch court TV all day while I'm working. It's always in the background, listening to trials. I actually haven't even watched any of that this year so far. I'm not sure why, I just haven't felt in the mood to watch any of that. This is going way off, but I feel like I need to share this. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's working or not. My feelings still haven't changed. I still feel the same way that I was feeling before I cut those things out. Um, the struggle has affected my work. Like, I am not able to focus on my work the way I normally would. I just keep getting distracted. And so, like, in February so far, this is what I've written so far. Lord, if you will, may this week be the last week this month that I feel behind. I would like to get back on track. Show me how, in Jesus' name. I'm sad, Father. What am I doing wrong? Feels like I'm slowly failing. I can't hear you. Like, I am really going through it. And oh, I don't know why I'm really sharing this with you, other than to just encourage you as I encourage myself, that even though you may feel like you're struggling, if you're mentally struggling and you can't figure it out, um, know that there's got to be something at play, right? There's got to be something that God is doing in the spirit realm that that is shifting or changing things so much that it's affecting you spiritually, and you're not really aware. Like, you feel it, but you don't know what's happening. I don't have any scripture right now to back that theory up. I actually didn't even think of that until just now. Um, so because I'm sitting here like, okay, I didn't told them my business. I didn't told them that I'm struggling. Now what, Father? Like, now what? And so that's what he just gave me. So I don't have anything to back that up other than it was just downloaded to me. It was just given to me that the work is so big. What he's doing, he is moving mountains, right? There are mountains being moved. There are things that are going on that is affecting you spiritually to prepare you for what is actually going to come in your reality, right? That's the message that I'm receiving. That is the message that I'm getting right now. So keep praying, keep talking. I do have to say this because I don't want to act like that I'm, holier than thou or anything like that, because I have had weak moments. So a little bit earlier tonight, before I was allowing myself to watch two YouTube videos, and because I hadn't really watched any YouTube all day, and so um instead of watching one video that I watched is a person that I normally watch, right? And she's a Christian blogger, so I normally watched her videos, so I was watching her video. But before I started watching that one, I watched another video that I had cut out. It was another uh creator that I used to watch on a regular basis, but I had to cut that out of my consumption because I couldn't handle her content anymore, if that makes sense. I don't want to get in the nitty-gritty about why, but I just couldn't handle her content anymore. And so she had posted a video that normally I would think was really interesting, right? And I kind of wanted to test out, even though I know that I have been struggling mentally and today was probably not the best day to do it, but I was like, well, let me just see, have I made any improvements? Like, let me just see if the content still bothers me at all. And so I started watching it. And yes, it still does bother me. So I had to cut it. I didn't even watch all. I think I got 10 minutes in and had to turn it off. But as I was watching, as I the little 10 minutes of the video that I did watch, I did find myself getting a little bit discouraged, right? Um Discouraged in my spirit that, you know, some people just seem so happy. You know, the video that I was watching, she was on vacation in February, right? On vacation across the country. And then she was she made the comment, if you always want to do this, you need to do this. The fact that you can do that in February, right? In Fe- Everyone's life is not set up to do that on a whim. That was me being discouraged. It was me being discouraged in my circumstances, even though I'm not really discouraged in my circumstances. It's the fact that that there's something wrong. Like, I am feeling like there is something wrong. And because I don't know what the issue is, because I can't pinpoint what it is, I am trying to blame it on something. On something. And that is definitely not how we do things. That is not how we handle our emotions. The way that we should be handling our emotions is through peace, praying earnestly among conflicting situations. Whatever negative emotion that you're feeling, even positive ones, because sometimes a positive emotion could steer us the wrong way if we're looking at it completely wrong. For instance, if you get happy about something that someone gave you because it's something that you wasn't expecting, and later on it turned out that what they gave you actually harmed you because it messed up a relationship or it did something to affect your life in a negative way, that happiness misled you. The emotion that you felt, you thought it was happiness, but it could have been something else, right? So, with any emotion that you feel, if you take note of it, you feel it, you pray about it, you earnestly pray about it. You pray about it to let God reveal to you exactly what that emotion means. So you can know further of how to deal with it, how to pray about it. Whether you should be happy about it, whether you should be mad about it, whether you should be sad about it, whatever the case may be. You do that constantly, right? That's how we are to treat emotions intelligently, intelligently within the spirit. Because that's the only way that we will truly know how we are feeling. How are we going to understand and know our feelings if we don't talk to the person that created us, that created those feelings, right? You have to go to the source. So have I been praying earnestly among conflicting situations? And the conflicting situations, conflicting environments is praying earnestly among conflicting environments. Peace. Conflicting environments can mean anything, actually. The fact that I am mentally struggling right now That's a conflicting environment because there's nothing going on in my life that should have me mentally struggling. Now, there are some small issues that I am dealing with, but I am pretty sure they have nothing to do with how I'm feeling on the inside because I understand where that help is going to come from to get me out, to make that no longer an issue, right? I'm not worried about that. That's not taking up any rent space in my brain. So, but there's something going on the inside that's causing some type of conflict with me. Or so I think it's conflict, but once again, it could be God preparing something, preparing something that is not only going to blow my mind, but it's going to be something that when it happens, you would say, that's why I was feeling like I was, right? That's what it was coming from. You will immediately know what was taking place and when it was and why it was taking place. Praying earnestly among conflicting environments is a concept that God gave me years and years ago in a different way, and we just finally put a name to it recently. Even though I don't really know what it is that I am praying for, I am still praying that He reveals it. He keeps searching my heart. He keeps showing me what it is that I need to be feeling, what it is that I need to be doing, right? Um, because that's how the answers are going to be revealed, is you keep praying about it, and when He's ready to reveal it, it will you will know. You will know. So, beloved, if you're out there and you are struggling right now and you have no idea why you're struggling, you're not alone, right? You are not alone. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, and just just keep praying. Pray about that situation. Pray about those feelings. Pray about why you're feeling pray about the fact that you don't know why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Wherever the issue is, it will be revealed to you and solved. It will be solved, and then it will be revealed to you in due time. In due time. Just like in my situation, whatever it is, He will work it out. He will resolve it. And then after it gets resolved, He will reveal and let me know what it was and why it was happening, right? And then that's when we'll be able to give Him the glory. Jesus has our backs. He is fighting with us. He is fighting for us. And He is fighting amongst us, right? That's all we need to know. So, beloved, I just came to let you know that it will be okay. I'm saying this to myself because I am still trying to encourage myself, but I also want to be encouraging to you. It will be all right. Continue to let yourself know that every moment that you're feeling the struggle, keep saying to yourself, it will be all right because I have peace. I know how to get peace by praying earnestly among conflicting environments. Well, beloved, I think that's it. I don't think there is nothing else that I need to share. I have given you everything that I have to give at the moment. Um, let me know how your 2025 has been so far. If you have not been struggling, let me know that. Let me know that. I would love to hear some good news. Like, give me some good news. Give me something to celebrate with you. You know, let me celebrate in your something good that's going on in 2025. If you are not having a good 2025 like I am right now, if you've been struggling rather mentally or with other people, and you don't want to put that in the comments, if you don't want to share that in the comment section, trust me, I understand. I will leave my email address in the description box. Email me, you know, email me and we can communicate that way. I have no problem doing that. I will leave you with this last thought only because I have it sitting here. God's grace is awesome, more than I deserve. Remember that. Just because you find yourself in a low emotional state and you have no idea why you're in that low valley or in that low state, don't be so quick to try to pinpoint where it's coming from. Reflect on it, take note of it, and pray about it. If the answer comes, it comes. If it doesn't, don't go searching. It will be revealed in the right time. Because once you go searching, you will lose track that God's grace is more than what you deserve. All right, beloved, that is it for this diary entry. I hope you enjoyed my check-in for 2025. I would do throughout the month, throughout this year, I will be doing more of the check-ins to let you know what's going on. Um, if or when I ever figure out why I am feeling the way I am, I will also let you know. I will also update you on that as well. Since there is nothing else that I think I need to say, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you. And as always, be guided by His light.